How is trying to find the truth out about something sometimes maybe disconnecting you from hearing from your intuition? I'm going to share some insights about that in this episode, so stay tuned. Welcome to the Soul Alignment Mentor Podcast. I'm your host, Angie, and I'm inviting you to explore the depths of self-sabotage, limiting mindsets, and the beliefs that hinder our progress in life. Through intuitive messages I receive from my spirit team, I share profound insights to help you live authentically and break free from these limitations. Join me now as we uncover all the keys to living your best life. Welcome back. My name's Angie, and I'm your Soul Alignment Mentor, bringing you intuitive messages from my spirit team to help you align with your most authentic and highest self. So, I want to talk about truth and how seeking truth might actually be disconnecting you from hearing from your intuition, and why it might be important to pay attention to what you're seeking and the evidence of something versus what your heart is saying. All of us are human. If you're watching this video, you're likely a human. I'm sure there may be other beings watching this as well, or maybe your animal is sitting with you, but you are connecting with me and I am connecting with you because we're both a human. Now, what is pretty magical about us being human is that we are unique and that I am not you and you are not me. And that's actually pretty amazing and beautiful. And why is that amazing and beautiful? Because I don't have any of the features that you have that make you you. I don't have your voice. I don't have your eyesight. I don't have your hair. I don't have your fingerprints. I don't have your skin. I don't have your organs. My body is unique to me. That means that my perspective of the world is also unique to me, based on who I am and based on the understandings of what I've come to believe as truths in my own life. Everyone has a different perspective about what the reality of truth is and what life really is around them. And so the reason seeking truth can be what is disconnecting you from your intuition is because truth cannot really be found through the perspective of your human lens. There is only truths that have been created out of people's perception and their own realities and the way they see things. And then they speak these so-called truths into the world. And then other people pick up on that and start to believe that truth as well. Now, there are things that we could say that are actual relative truths, that gravity exists. If I jump off a building, I'm going to fall. That the fact that the ground below me is there and I can stand on it, or I can walk on it, or I can sit on it. There are truths that we can see and have evidence on, but even those are from the perspective of our human self. Now, why do I say that? Because the reality of it is, when we're not in our human form, those things do not exist. So those are still human perspective truths. From our highest self, from our intuition, from the understanding of the divine being of the universe, from source energy, from God, or whatever you want to call the energy that created all things. This perspective of truth is always love. And from that perspective, all things exist. So when we are here on earth, we are disconnected from that truth, from the reality of our true self, from the frequency of love. And we're all working our way back into that frequency and reconnecting with the love that we have within our hearts. And so if you're wanting to listen to your intuition and let your higher self guide you, or your spirit guide you, or whatever you want to call it, you have to drop out of your mind and stop looking at the evidence around you about things and go into your heart and feel the energy and connect with the love within yourself. When you connect with the love and the frequency of your heart, that is what then begins to radiate out around you, and your perspective actually changes because of that. If your perspective is made out of pain or bitterness or grief or anger, you are going to see the world in that type of a truth. You're going to perceive it and experience it through that lens that you have. But if you drop out of the thought, out of the reality that you've been created to believe that you live in, and you drop into the heart and you hear your higher self and your intuition, which is always connected to the energy of love because that's who we really are, then you can begin to see things around you in a different perspective and a different understanding. And then that energy of love always guides you correctly. The energy of love only wants good things. The energy of love does not manipulate. It does not control. It does not force. It does not try to prove its point even. Love is always gentle and kind and patient. And if you are from religion, you recognize this as well, being in 1 Corinthians 13. So the truth of the reality of it is your intuition is the frequency of love. And that frequency of love is held in your heart. If you are connected to your mind and you are trying to think logically and you're looking through the perspective of your human lens, you can't be sure you're always going to be guided the right way. And that is why fear often pops up in your reality when you might be trying to make a decision or you might be trying to figure something out. Fear is created in the ego and is what drives humanity most of the time. When we drop out of the fear mentality, when we drop out of the need to find the truth or the need to perceive the truth in a certain way, because we will always find evidence for what we're looking for. And we drop out of that need for the evidence and the truth in our ego's perspective, and we drop into the heart. That is where we start to be guided by our spirit. So next time you're looking for something around you for evidence or truth, or maybe being led by fear even, take a moment, take a pause, take a breath, and pull your awareness out of your mind down into your heart. And allow your heart to be what guides you. And it may be hard at the beginning. It may seem as if you don't know how to do it. But do it with the simple things in your lives. Do it with the perspective of love and finding compassion and peace and safety. That is how you are guided by your spirit. Your spirit will always guide you on the safe path for your highest self. Your ego may not always see it that way because it's seeing it from the perspective of the human understanding. But your spirit, it always, always is led by love. I hope that helps someone today to remember that they are always being guided by something more powerful than what they think they are. And that is always something you can access. Until we meet again, I wish you the best day, night, evening, whatever time it is for you. I send you all to universal love. Namaste.